not about gay, lesbian rights and equality. This is purely about proselytizing a homosexual way of life.
So it's interesting that you use that word, proselytizing. You've also said that this is about indoctrination and recruitment. Do you think children can be recruited to be gay?
Well, you can condition them to accept this as being a normal way of life. And it makes the children more promiscuous as they grow older.
So you think that by being taught these lessons, children will possibly become more promiscuous?
Absolutely, yeah.
And potentially gay when they wouldn't have been before?
Well, I mean, whether they become gay or not, but they can certainly enter into gay relationships.
The protests in Birmingham started because of an equality programme called No Outsiders. The lessons are about embracing differences, including race, religion, gender, age and disability, as part of the legal requirement to comply with the Equalities Act. But it was specifically the teaching around LGBT issues and storybooks featuring same-sex families which drew criticism from the mainly Muslim parents at the school. They feel their religious values, which are also protected under the Equalities Act, are under threat.
Children will not be given sex education until they're at least 9 years old. Pupils must be taught about the reality of biological sex.
Yeah.
Schools are no longer allowed to teach contested ideas such as there are 72 different genders. Schools will be banned from delivering sex education of any type before the age of 9, year 5. The content of sex education lessons must be based on scientific fact. That means no gender ideology to be taught as fact. And if that subject arises, it must be taught that it is a contested belief, and parents will be given the right to see the material that their children are being...
And look, as a parent as well, I don't want my children, to be honest, to be exposed to like inappropriate content at a pretty young age, and nor do I want politically contested ideas like the trans issues being taught as if they're facts. I think childhood is a really special time, and I don't think we need to introduce some of these ideas too early. So I think the changes that are likely to come are going to be very welcome. And as I say, I know the Education Secretary will get on and do them as quickly as possible. And as a parent, I'm strongly welcome that.
It's the Muslims. And I tell people, no, listen, I'll be very straight, I'm no friend of Islam. Don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And I don't want any Islam in this country. I would rather there was no Pakistanis, Indians, Hindustanis, Polish people or anybody else in this country but us, British people. If you removed every single Muslim from Britain tomorrow morning, what would the effect be? You tell me. It would possibly be worse. Possibly be worse. Because sex education has only been held back, and it's extreme forums.
We see ourselves as a reminder of God to this godless society.
I would agree with you. I believe that sex education. I was arrested 20 years ago trying to stop sex education going into schools. The Muslims stopped it because they turned up at the school mob-handed. I totally agree with that. But Paul Golding and Robinson and all that saying this is terrible and because they say it's terrible, white people in Britain who are non-Christians don't think for themselves to say, yeah, how dare they do this? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you doing it? So it would make no difference. There'd still be abortion, still be drunkenness, and there'd still be all of these things going on if there wasn't one single solitary Muslim in this country or black person. And the problems with us, we are the people who walked away from God.
So why?